Hello everyone, this is Kieran Morgan, call sign M0XTD, your ARIS moderator for today for our ISS contact with the Ethiopian Space Science Society in Addis Ababa. Through the help of amateur radio volunteers and the crew on the ISS, we soon hope to establish radio contact with the International Space Station as it flies more than 250 miles or 400 kilometers above the Earth over Glendon in Australia. This is all accomplished through ARIS, amateur radio on the International Space Station. The ISS is currently approaching Australia on an ascending path and is traveling along the ground at approximately 17,500 miles an hour or 27,600 kilometers per hour. The contact for today will be performed using the ARIS Telebridge network, a worldwide network of amateur radio ground stations that enables students to contact the ISS. ARIS is an international consortium of volunteers from several nations that assist to develop and operate the amateur radio equipment on board the International Space Station. Some of the agencies that support ARIS are the American Radio Relay League, the ARRL, the Worldwide AMSAT Amateur Radio Satellite Corporations, the Canadian Space Agency, the European Space Agency, the Japanese Space Agency, and Roscosmos, the Russian Space Agency, as well as NASA. Our link up today is with the student participants at the Ethiopian Space Science Society in Addis Ababa. So let's check in with the group, and we've asked Lydia Densa to please tell us a little bit about the students and where you are today. So go ahead, Lydia.
Thank you so much. Ethiopian Space Science Society is an non-governmental organization which has been working on space science promotion in Ethiopia for the past 20 years. And it was established by 47 members, founding members, which were interested in space science and related fields. And at ESSS, we do different kinds of trainings, and we also engage in public lecture series, and we do citizen science projects. Mostly we are known in the country for training and working on the use, and really known for that. We can say it's also a huge organization, as we have more than 30 branches all over the country, and we have 57 institutional members which contribute financially to the society. And we have our general assembly once in a year, and where we gather all our members, and we can make decisions on the society issues. So this is today we are really honored to host this ARIS event, and today, for the first time, if I'm not mistaken, in the country, we'll be hosting a live contact with the ISS with the help of ARIS team, which we're really grateful. So we're going to proceed to the event once we get the final confirmation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lydia. So our contact today is with the astronaut Kimiya Yui, amateur radio call sign Kilo Golf 5 Bravo Papa Hotel, and he will be using the ISS amateur radio call sign NA1SS, which is the call sign for the Columbus module. The amateur radio ground station that will establish the radio contact with the ISS is the ARIS ground station VK4KHZ, located in Glendon in Australia and operated by Shane Lind, VK4KHZ. Shane, before the contact begins, we've got approximately 4.5 minutes before it starts. Please tell us a little bit about your station and how you would like to handle today's contact with the ISS.
Yeah, sure thing. Thank you, Kieran, and greetings to everyone there in Ethiopia. Okay, so VK4KHZ ARIS ground station, located in a small semi-remote mining community of Glendon in Queensland, Australia. So Glendon's located about 180 kilometres by road, city of Mackay, and has a resident population of less than 400 people, and is around 386 metres above sea level, so it lends itself very well to this type of activity. Our amateur radio ground station, for the technical people in the audience, comprises a Yaesu FT847, power amplifier, and tracking antennas that have the ability to switch polarization as the ISS passes over our location. Just before acquisition of signal, I'll start calling the ISS using the call sign or using its call sign NA1SS. And once I've established the amateur radio contact and the signal is clear, then I'll just simply say, please go ahead, Ethiopia, with your first question. When completing each question, very important to say the word over, as this is my signal to switch my ground station between transmit and receive. And you guys done exceptionally well with the training that we done today. Everyone, as far as I'm aware, said over. So obviously you've been training for it. That's very good. All right, Kieran, well, look, we've still got about 3 minutes to go. I'll pass it back over to you if you've got any other final comments. And then we'll start getting prepared, ready to establish radio contact with the ISS. Back over to you, Kieran.
Okay, thank you, Shane. So the ISS is, as I said, on an ascending path coming up to the west side of Shane's station, and has just passed over the southern, or at least the footprint has just passed over the southeastern corner of Australia. So we're looking good. So we're about 2 minutes away from the acquisition of signal from the ISS. With the time of the ARIS contact quickly approaching, we want to remind you all to mute your cell phones and be as quiet as possible when not asking astronaut Kimiya Yui a question. It's important to remember that what we're doing today on the ISS is an experiment, so we can never tell the results, positive or negative, until the experiment is over. And students, don't forget to say over at the end of your question. So we are sitting at 1 minute 40 seconds until contact. Can I suggest in Ethiopia that you start getting your students lined up for the questions so that they are ready? And that's good. I can see you on the video. And for the first student to come up and be ready to ask their question. So with a minute to go, Shane, do you want to open the squelch so that everyone is aware of the noise that is going to be heard? And I will hand over to you with 1 minute to go, and good luck with the confirmation, or good luck with the contact, sorry.
Okay, thank you, Kieran. No problem at all. The antennas are just moving into position now. We have around 50 seconds before acquisition of signal. In a couple of moments, I'm going to start calling. Don't be too concerned if we don't get a response with the first call. Continue to call until such time as the astronaut answers the transmissions. So if everyone can be in their positions, and hopefully, I think you mentioned, Kieran, someone's recording. So if possible, I would like a copy of the recording. Okay, so if everyone can be in their positions, and I'm going to open the squelch and start calling in a few moments. Calling NA1SS, NA1SS, NA1SS. This is Victor Kilo 4, Kilo Hotel Zulu. VK4KHZ, calling for a scheduled ARIS contact. Can you copy? Over. Calling NA1SS, NA1SS. This is Victor Kilo 4, Kilo Hotel Zulu. VK4KHZ, calling for a scheduled ARIS contact. Can you receive? Over.
Yes, loud and clear. Let's start these activities. Thank you for your cooperation.
Good morning to you there, Kimiya. Yes, I have your signal. A little bit scratchy at the moment, but I'm sure in a couple of moments it will be quite clear. Okay, Kimiya, we have the students from Ethiopia standing by with their questions. Please go ahead with the first question.
Hi, I'm Kadist. What is the most important thing you want people to know about the ISS? Over.
That's a great question. I think one of the most important message from ISS is the importance of international cooperation. We can cooperate each other. We can do anything. Thank you. Over.
Hi, this is Zikra. what does it take to be an astronaut? Over.
Thank you for the great question. I think one of the most important thing is having a dream and work hard. That is not only astronaut, but everything. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Blaine. Which time zone do you use to keep track of time on ISS? Over.
That's a great question. Thank you for asking. We are living on Universal Standard Time, winter time in London. So right now, approximately 8:26 a.m. Over.
Hi, I'm Haimano. How long does it take to adjust to living in microgravity, and how hard is to adapt when you return to Earth? Over.
Thank you for asking. That's a great question as well. It totally depends on the person, but it's approximately takes like a few days, a week, and it's much easier for us to adapt, go back to the Earth because our body remembers gravity. Over.
Hi, I'm Daniel. Has being in space changed the way you think about your sense of purpose in life? If so, how? Over.
That's a great question. Thank you for asking. Yeah, that's changed a lot. I now understand how important for us to cooperate with each other to accomplish anything while I'm in space. So thank you very much for asking. Over.
Hi, I'm Joshua. How is it like working with international crewmates, and do you have fun moments? Over.
That's a great question. Thank you for asking. We have great crew members, and one of the fun moments is eating dinner with crew members with Japanese food. Over. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Susanna. How often do you go outside the station, and what is the best part about it? Over.
Okay, thank you for asking. And it's actually not rare to go out for the spacewalk. Maybe 3 or several times a year. I have never done that before, but hopefully I can get some opportunity to do that. Over.
Hi, this is Amanuel. What are the biggest challenges of long-term space mission? Over.
Okay, actually, away from the family members is one of the hardest things. Over.
Hi, I'm Kalkidan. How much time each day do you spend doing scientific research on the ISS? Over.
Thank you for the great question. We work about like 8 hours a day, and half of them are spending science, and half of them are maybe maintenance. So about 4 hours each, we are spending time for researches. Great, thank you.
Hi, I'm Abigail. What's your current research about? Would you share the most memorable moment you ever encountered during your time in space? Over.
Okay, that's a very good question. Thank you for asking. We are now currently doing a lot of like experiments, how microgravity affects our body or like plants or anything. And one of the memorable moments is when I see the Earth from space. That was so beautiful. Over.
Hi, I'm Yapsara. How has seeing Earth from space changed your perspective on humanity and our place in the Earth? Over.
Thank you for the great question again. Seeing from the space, Earth from the space, that was so beautiful. But I was so surprised to see the thin atmosphere. So I now understand that Earth is beautiful but fragile. So we need to protect that our planet work together. Over.
Hi, I am Woldamlak. What was the most surreal or unexpected experience that completely took you by surprise? Something you couldn't have fully prepared for, even with all your trainings? Over.
That's a good question. Great question. Thank you for asking. We actually have a lot of experience. We try to conduct, but especially like behavior fluid, like waters, are difficult to anticipate. And also, I was so surprised that when I do using the toilet, zero gravity using toilet is very difficult. So it's very hard to train. Over.
Hi, this is Haben. Has there ever been a time when a system or experiment on the ISS behaved completely differently than expected because of the space environment, and how did your team adapt and deal with it? Over.
That's a great question as well. We did a lot of experiments in Kibo module, Japanese experimental module. Some of the equipment didn't work as we expected, but failure is a seed of success. So step by step, we are moving toward the success. Over.
Hi, I'm Zemikael. How does science research on the International Space Station benefit humans on Earth? Over.
That's a great question as well. We are conducting crystallization of protein in order to make like a great medicine for the people. That's actually really helpful for the humankind. Over.
Hi, I'm Brooke. Have any experiments conducted on the ISS led to new discoveries or technologies that benefit life on Earth? Over.
That's also a great question. We are using a lot of technologies to clean the air or clean waters. I think that kind of technologies helps for the people to live in clean spaces, or even we had disasters, we can survive these kind of technologies. Over.
Hi, I'm Dagmawi. How many flight hours are required to become an astronaut? And do only military flight hour counts, or do commercial pilot hour also qualifies? Over.
That's a great question as well. Currently, we don't have any specific requirement to become a pilot, flying hours in order to become an astronaut. But I think any kind of flight hours will help for the operational skill in order to increase operational skills. Over.
Hi, I'm Elbito. How do you think AI can help us do science and further exploration in space? Over.
That's a great question as well. I mean, I think I'm using AI a lot personally. We are not using AI in space program, not yet, but I think AI can enhance our ability, so it will help in any area for the future explorations. Over.
Hello, I'm Musa. What subjects did you study and skills you learned as you pursued your career to be an astronaut? Over.
That's a good question as well. And I think any kind of study or skill will help you to become an astronaut. Especially for you guys, in the future, we need a various kind of people becoming an astronaut. So please learn anything if you are interested in. Over.
Hi, I'm Mikias. What kind of internships and education programs would you recommend participating in to prepare for flying and doing science in space? Over.
Okay, again, actually any kind of internship or education will be really helpful to become an astronaut. But one thing that we need to consider is cooperate with each other is very important for the astronaut skills. So please consider that. Over.
Hi, this is Baruch. What are you most excited about for the future of human space exploration? Over.
That's a great question. I really want to go to the moon or Mars. So this kind of space forums, going farther from away from Earth, is very interested in. Over. Thank you for the great questions.
Okay, this concludes our list of prepared questions. The group will just say a quick goodbye. Okay, go ahead, group. Okay, go ahead, group, please. Okay, Kimiya, thank you very much for your efforts here today. Just please stand by with us for one moment. Do we have a goodbye from Ethiopia?
Yeah, on behalf of Science Society, we would like to say thank you for inviting us and be part of our program. Thank you so much.
Did you receive that, Kimiya?
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, 7-3s, this is Victor Kilo. Okay, thank you. 7-3s, and this is the end of the contact. VK4KHZ is out. 7-3.
Bye-bye.
Back over to you, Kieran.
Okay, thank you, folks. And ladies and gentlemen, you've just shared a little wow moment in history. Amateur radio ground station VK4KHZ, located in Glendon in Australia and operated by Shane Lind, VK4KHZ, contacted astronaut Kimiya Yui aboard the International Space Station and spoke with students at the Ethiopian Space Science Society in Addis Ababa. Now for the international volunteer team of ARIS, including the amateur radio satellite corporations around the world, the American Radio Relay League, the Canadian Space Agency, the European Space Agency, the Japanese Space Agency, Roscosmos and NASA. This is Kieran Morgan, M0XTD, your ARIS moderator, sending my congratulations and salutations to all of you in amateur radio terms, which is 73, which means best wishes. So congratulations, folks, and well done, everybody.
Yeah, we want to thank the ARIS team for making this possible. We would like to thank you for helping us establish our first ever contact with the ISS. And thank you so much for all the effort and for your participation in the event. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you very much. And like I said, congratulations, everybody. This is the end of the contact, and I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to say a big thank you to Shane in Australia and to everyone in Addis Ababa for all your efforts and for making this such a successful contact. So thank you very much and good day, and have a really good rest of your day. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Thank you, Kieran. Okay, thank you, Lydia and Kiraville. Bye-bye from Australia.